Day 1, Elyria, Ohio to Des Moines, Iowa, 600 miles. I left before the sun could judge me. The October air was sharp, slicing through my jacket like it had something to prove. My bike sputtered, coughed, then roared, a reluctant beast waking from cold slumber. I whispered a prayer, not for comfort but for endurance. The first 100 miles were quiet. Just me, the road, and the hum of a machine older than my daughter. But by the time I hit Indiana, the wind had teeth. My fingers stiffened around the throttle. I stopped once to warm them on the engine block, the metal hissing against my skin. Chicago was a crucible. Traffic snarled like a living thing, and I was swallowed whole. Stop. Go, stop, go. My clutch hand cramped. I cursed under my breath, then louder. I skipped lunch to afford gas, $4.29 a gallon at a station that smelled like burnt coffee and despair. I drank the wretched tar with thankfulness. By dusk, Des Moines shimmered in the distance like a mirage. I found a patch of grass behind a truck stop, tucked between a dumpster and a chain-link fence. I slept with my helmet on, one arm around my wallet, the other around my pack. The ground was cold. My dreams were colder. Day 2, Des Moines, Iowa to Badlands National Park, 500 miles. I woke to frost on my visor. My breath fogged the inside of my helmet as I packed up. No breakfast, just jerky and a prayer. The wind across the plains was relentless. It screamed through my jacket, through my bones, through whatever resolve I had left. Somewhere near Sioux Falls, my chain slipped. I pulled over on the shoulder, hands trembling, and flagged down a pickup. The driver was kind, called me crazy, handed me a wrench, and drove off with a wave. I fixed the chain with numb fingers, blood crusting where the metal bit me. I rationed water like a monk, ate crackers one at a time, chewing slow to trick my stomach. The sun was brutal, but the wind colder still. I sang hymns to stay awake. My voice cracked, my spirit didn't. When I reached Sage Creek Campground, the sky was a cathedral. Stars burned like ancient eyes. I knelt beside my bike, forehead to gravel, and whispered thanks, not for safety, for survival. Day 3, Badlands to Cedar Rapids, 550 miles. The return began with dread. My knees ached, my back screamed. I'd lost my gloves somewhere in South Dakota, maybe at the last gas station, maybe in the dirt. I wrapped my hands in socks tied with twine. It helped, barely. Rain came hard, cold, sharp like needles. I rode through it for hours, soaked to the bone, teeth chattering. My fuel gauge dipped below empty. I coasted into a station on fumes, praying the pump would take my card. It did, barely. A motel clerk saw me shivering, dripping on the linoleum. She gave me a room for half price. I cried in the shower, not from pain, but from grace. The hot water felt like absolution. I slept in a bed that smelled like bleach and mercy. Day 4, Cedar Rapids back home, 450 miles. The final stretch. My body was wreckage, my spirit a flickering flame. I sang hymns into the wind, voice hoarse, heart full. Every mile was a prayer, every town a psalm. I stopped once to stretch, leaning against a rest-stop vending machine. A man offered me a granola bar. I took it like communion. When I rolled into Elyria, the sun was setting. My taillight was cracked. My wallet held $6. My soul held something more. I had no business surviving that trip, but I did, not by strength, not by planning, by grace. Thank you, Lord Jesus.